So I'm Andy Porter, the Professor of Biotechnology here at the Institute of Medical Sciences. I guess I would describe myself as a genetic engineer with expertise in the cloning and manipulation of DNA. And we use in my laboratory that expertise to develop a whole host of new and safer drugs for the treatment of various diseases. Biotechnology is a very broad-ranging discipline with applications in, for example, the making of beer and wines, through environmental biotechnology, the cleaning up of pollution in the environment, all the way through to the development of new treatments for disease. In particular, my area of interest is in cancer, inflammation and the treatment of various infectious diseases. One of the most interesting things about biotechnology is that of all the disciplines here in medical sciences, it's probably the one that is most closely associated with the commercial world. And we try and represent this close association with the business community in some of the lectures that we deliver to our students. I myself have both a science and business background, and I invite friends and colleagues into the university to lecture to the students who come from a real commercial background and try and give them some experience of what it's like to be a professional scientist in the commercial world. One of the other things that we can do for our students, and probably one of the most exciting opportunities in biotechnology, is the opportunity to take a year out in industry at the end of third year. This is a paid year out, and we're very sophisticated in the way that we place our students. We can put them into small companies here in Aberdeen in a thriving biotechnology community, or we can take them into companies in the rest of Scotland, the UK, or even into Europe and the US. So one of the things that I notice about the students after they've spent a year in industry is that they come back to the institute with a real confidence, and that certainly helps them in their fourth year studies and also helps them in getting a job after they've graduated. So Aberdeen as a university has been very active in the commercialisation of its research, spinning out a number of companies that have been very, very successful, winning awards nationally and internationally. I myself have been lucky enough to be associated with two different companies, one in environmental biotech and the other the development of new drugs for the treatment of a number of different diseases. I also was made Science and Technology Entrepreneur of the Year for both Scotland and the UK in 2005. And again, I try and bring some of this entrepreneurial background into the teaching that we deliver here in biotechnology in the Institute in Aberdeen. So probably some of the most interesting science I've done in recent years has been the development of antibodies from sharks. Shark antibodies are a particularly small antibody compared with antibodies that are made, for example, by ourselves in our own bodies. And this small size of shark antibodies has a number of biotechnological advantages, including being able to deliver drugs to deeper into tissues than you can with a human antibody. And it's been very interesting and exciting working with shark antibodies, developing a whole host of new treatments for disease. As I mentioned before, biotechnology is a very broad-ranging discipline, and this is very much reflected in the way that we teach biotechnology in the first year. However, as you move through into second and particularly into third year, you're able to specialise and choose those areas of biotechnology that are particularly interesting to you. This is further enhanced by the industrial placement year, and then on into fourth year, where you have the opportunity to spend a 3 to 4 month period in the lab of one of the academics here in the Institute and to carry out a detailed research project. So biotechnology offers really a very wide range of career opportunities. About 50% of our graduates will go on and do some form of postgraduate qualification, either PhD or MSc. A number of them will then go on into industry, in food sciences, environment, but a lot will go into the pharmaceutical or biotechnology sectors. I think one of the interesting things that's happening more and more in science in recent years is the opportunity for scientists to move more into the commercial or business worlds. So some of our students are going on not to do postgraduate qualifications in science, but to do postgraduate qualifications in business. I think industry has discovered that it's much easier to take a scientist and make them more business savvy than it is to turn a business professional into a scientist. And because of that, there are some very exciting opportunities for biotech graduates to sit in that interface between the commercial and bench science worlds. In particular, opportunities in business development and alliance management. And students or graduates with both a science qualification and a business qualification are highly sought after by industry. One of the other areas that our graduates often move into is actually patents and patent law. To be interested in biotechnology means that you have to be interested in doing things in different ways, in innovation, in inventions. And if you have an interest in that area, and also an interest in how you legally put a legal framework around those inventions, then patent law might be something that you would be interested in pursuing once you've graduated with your biotechnology degree. To study biotechnology at Aberdeen, you would require an interest in innovation, inventiveness, in cutting-edge science. And with a degree in biotechnology from Aberdeen, you would have the opportunity to work in research, both academic or in industry, and also, importantly, the opportunity to cross over into the commercial world.